It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and we'll get to see a battle for conference superiority. It's the Tennessee Titans and the Green Bay Packers under the lights on Monday night.
We are at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Tonight we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup, as it'll be the Tennessee Titans taking on the Green Bay Packers. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Gaudin on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather. Snow and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game? Because it actually affects the crowd as well. That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf you're playing on? And how will it handle as things get a little bit slick?
There's Nick Folk ready to put this one in the air. And off we go from Lambeau. And able to get this out to the 25. 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
And at the start of Jordan Love's NFL career, he had one of the best seats in the stadium watching Aaron Rodgers work. But now he's looking for more than that. Rocket arm, big play potential, and he wants to show this organization that he's capable of being a dependable starter for the foreseeable future.
Here's Love looking to pass on the first play. He has it complete to Christian Watson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Quick slant to Watson. And he's going to have a Packers first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. So opening drive, 3rd down, they complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, the ball should be there, and then they can do some work afterwards.
Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, there to make the play defensively.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Here is 3rd down and 4. Love, they go play action now. And that one to the right side and incomplete. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
On 4th down, the Packers call on Daniel Whelan to punt. And he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. So the Titans set to go to work for the first time. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
For every rookie prospect, there are always nerves involved in this moment, running your team out to start a game. But there's a reason they brought him in. We're willing to make him their starter today. They believe he can overcome those nerves and lead his team to a victory. We saw him do it at the collegiate level and really make himself into a leader and someone you can envision doing the exact same thing here in the NFL.
Levis to throw on 1st and 10 here. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Play action now. Levis. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. Well, that one hurts. I mean, it was 3rd down, of course, but now the penalty, and we're back to 1st down.
Yeah, it hurts momentum in a big way, and they built that up here in the early going. Now, that leaves the opposition with a 1st down. That's a mistake you don't want to make at this point in the game.
1st and 10, it's Levis. And this one too low.
I don't see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Levis. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Levis to throw it. And that is incomplete.
Came into this game eager to see how they would hold up in man coverage. And on that play, they held up quite well.
On 4th down, here's Ryan Stonehouse to punt for Tennessee. Jaden Reed is deep for Green Bay. And they'll play keep away from the returner, as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Love. Got his man, that's Luke Musgrave. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Now 2nd and 5. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Now a dump off here complete, and they'll bring him down right around the 13. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Excellent play there on third down. Give him 25 yards.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. He was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38 as they've got it as we resume action. That's going to be caught downfield by Reed. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Off the play fake, Love. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Sebastian Joseph Day breaking through for the sack. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 27-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 27. Jacobs going to try the middle. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. To pass, here's Jordan Love. And he is caught. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Here's Jacobs. That's a strike. And a second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers. Josh Jacobs, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Packers post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Carlson back out there now to send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain, the next 2 to 3 seconds, to continue to move people.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Off the play fake, Levis. He'll complete this one to Okonkwo. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. So the completion good for 7 there, and it's second down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Levis. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And he will have a Titans first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down.
Oftentimes we think of those tough yards as grinding yards that a running back has to pick up. How about the tight end there picking up the first down in that situation?
That's what he's there for, right?
Big fella, get it to him, let him fight off some people and pick up the necessary yardage.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
Levis now on second down. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
They got to walk that walk, baby.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Back to throw, it's Levis. And it's a Diggs. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Titans are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, whether they want to let their return guy touch it.
Nick Folk for the point after. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was Traylon Burks capping things off with a touchdown catch. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. Fighting his way through contact. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Packers with the football here late in this first half, as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining.
Okay, ready?
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10.
Set, cut.
On play action. Love to throw. He'll buy some time right. That one caught downfield by Watson. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. I love that play because in the snow you think run, run, run. Big passing play there.
And defenders hate it, especially in open space, because trying to come under control, break down, and make a tackle in the open field, difficult in normal conditions. In these conditions, almost impossible.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
They'll throw again. Here's Love on 2nd and 10. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. With it is Jackson. Oh, look at the juke. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. Levis is that's taken in by Okonkwo. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our. We now proceed to the start of the second half. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Not too many breaks ahead according to the radar. More snow on the horizon as we are back underway in half number 2. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the third. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Pollard again. He'll get a yard. That's all as they get him down at the 28.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
this on third down. And that is incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive. Tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. This defense tried to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
Eluding the pressure right. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's first and 10 right at the 40. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They moved it a combined 33 yards. On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On third down, Love. They'll roll him out right. Oh, what was he thinking there? It's easily intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Titans are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open. You end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
On second down, it's Pollard. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Defensive end getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just heading straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. and it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10 at their own 37. That'll be caught right side by Reed. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 18 more yards there and another 1st down. Play fake. Here's Love. Steps away to his left. His throw incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Ready?
Now a give to Jacobs running right. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. Back now at Lambeau. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Ready.
Play action this time with Love. Rolling to his right. That's hauled in by Musgrave for a Packer touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Packers have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead.
I thought that was a nice job there, feeling the pressure and rolling out away from it and keeping the play alive. And I think he did it with the idea that his tight end would find his way free in the end zone, and his confidence was rewarded.
Carlson on for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. 5 plays there on that drive. And the result, a Green Bay score. So now Carlson, after the touchdown, called on to send this one away. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Oh, the ball's loose. Levis has it knocked free. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Looking deep here for Dobbs. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Trying to get a big strike right there and hopefully tie this game up in the late going. But the coverage was there, and this winds up incomplete.
Counter play with Jacobs. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 52 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Yellow, line, set, go.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Once again, it's Jacobs. There he goes, right side. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Love, they go play action now. He finds Watson, it's gone. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
The handoff, Jacobs running to the left. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good run on 1st down, and now they contemplate a 2nd and goal situation.
That's a great run right there on 1st down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more.
And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Packers have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index, because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
So after the made field goal, here's Carlson to send it away. So Levis and the Titans now down by 2 touchdowns. A little under 2.5 to go. Their offense has struggled all night, and now they need to find 2 scores late to try to pull this thing out. Levis now on 1st and 10. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. A 2nd down throw from Levis. Open man downfield is Ridley. And he's got a 1st down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. Levis to throw on 1st and 10 here. A throw out wide going to be incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Here's a screen now for Pollard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Levis. And he will find Ridley on the left side. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of...
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Titans. Chig Okonkwo, 40 yards. And the Titans have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. On for the extra point is Folk. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends with a Tennessee score. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. On a nice burst there as they'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
All right, just go ahead and say it with me. That was a
mistake,
yeah,
for sure.
Without a doubt, because at some point, put your foot in the ground, get upfield, and get down, protecting the ball. Don't go out of bounds, because when you go out of bounds, you're really just helping the defense.
Yeah, not to be too hyperbolic, but it's like giving the D an extra timeout, isn't it?
It certainly is. Gives them a chance to regroup, and it means you have to snap the ball an additional time, which always means the possibility of a mistake.
Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run. And he'll take this one down inside the 5 to the 3. Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth. Jacobs diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown.
What a luxury it is to be able to call a bowling ball like Josh Jacobs down near the goal line. 5'10", 220 pounds, and he's not afraid to get in there and get the tough yards. He finishes off this drive with a touchdown run.
Carlson's extra point up and good, and the lead now up to 14. Carlson back out there now to send this one away. Oh, good return up past the 30. And he's able to get this all the way to the 40 before going out of bounds. So now the focus is all on the Titans offense. Trailing in this one now. A little under 40 seconds to go. It's a tall order, but they do begin with decent field position on first down. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Levis to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So that'll do it for us.